Today I'm going to use my brand new press. So I wanted to do a review of my new hamburger press, and I'm going to make some hamburgers to show you. The meat is all set here, and what I like to do is to get my gloves all ready so that I can put them on. Now in this press, which looks like this, and I just have a lid off a big peanut butter jar that I use to set that in. I have some saran wrap. You know how easy it is to cut saran wrap. So, the only thing worse than this is duct tape. You want to put your saran wrap in your mold, just like that, and then I'm putting it underneath so it holds it a little bit, and then this is what I'll flip over the top. I am going to cut this in half with my scraper, just like this, and then I'm going to cut it in quarter, like that, so we get 4. And then we should be able to separate them out. I will season them once I get them in the pan. So let's go ahead to moving them into the press. And let's give this brand new fancy press I have a try and see how well it works. So here we go, we just put that on top like that, and you push down. I know you have to make sure you have like equal amount of the saran wrap around it so that the meat has room to go out. And of course, the thinner that you make these, the faster they're going to cut, which is probably a good reason to make them thin so that they'll cook. Now I don't have the heat on the pan yet because I want to scoop these into the pan without heating the first one more than the second one or the third one or the fourth one. So let's go ahead and pull it out of here, and let's see. Looks pretty good. I'm going to say this crazy little thing works. It's a little bit of a mess here with the saran wrap. Should we try it without the saran wrap? That was a suggestion that I read somewhere online. Let's try it without the saran wrap and see if it's a little less messy. Because I don't know that the manufacturer made this to use with saran wrap. And I think whoever said put saran wrap didn't think of the idea of putting the lid below to catch any juice that comes out of the raw meat. I think that was something that I kind of thought of there. So I'll take credit for that. That's just from experience cooking. The patty is starting to look good. Now the patties are going to be small because I'm only using one package. And it looks to me like this package of beef would be okay to feed one person. So if you're going to make this, and you saw that I bought a package, I think it was 10 ounces. If I were you, I would buy 10 ounces per person, especially with ground beef, because you know that it's going to shrink. Heaven forbid you'd have leftovers. It works pretty good. You have to have a chunk a little bit bigger than what I have here to make it go fully round. See, now this one here is sticking in here, so that's why you need the saran wrap. Well, what I think you could probably do is put it in the pan and use your press on top of it to press it down. Let's try that. Let's take the lid, let's put the hamburger inside the pan, and let's just use the press. Well, it's kind of falling apart. Well, you know, a lot of people, when they make this hamburger, they mix it with breadcrumbs and eggs and stuff. So I'm just doing plain hamburgers without any other mix in it. Let's make a meatball and let's give it a try. See how it looks. Kind of looks the same thing. And you know, I'm thinking you probably could spray this with cooking spray and it would probably not stick. So I'm going to say it works. Just make sure you have enough ground beef. I only bought that one package. Now we need to season this. So let's go ahead to the next step, which is seasoning. Move this out of the way. Everything that's raw meat related, I use my bleach, dish soap, and water bottle mix, shake it, squirt it. My hands are fine because I was wearing gloves. We have the hamburgers. Let's get some seasoning on these. Open all the seasonings to the small side. Let's start out with some garlic, then onion. My onion's dried. That's the only thing about onion is it dries. Smoked paprika, parsley, salt, and you know this is keto friendly, there's no sugar here. Pepper from my new mill, I'm still getting the hang of using. We'll move all this out of the way. And I have some cheese that I'm putting on mine later. American cheese, Swiss cheese, Munster, cheddar, whatever kind of cheese you like is what I would put on your hamburgers. We can go ahead and start the grill. Look at that. Turn the knob and it starts right up. Let's put these on here. You gotta watch this so this don't fall off. Keep an eye on the kids. Make sure the kids don't come near it. And we'll let it go for a bit. Please hit the subscribe button. Then you'll see the more button. And that's where all the recipe will be listed. You can also go to my website, which is jamestdds.blogspot.com. And today we're doing a survey. I know people say in Chicago that you don't put ketchup on a hot dog, but how many people like ketchup? Hit the thumbs up button right now if you like ketchup. How many people like ketchup? Thumbs up. Hot. I'll turn the fire off. We'll go over here to a cool burner. That'll help a little bit. Pull these hamburgers off. These are big hamburgers. That one I didn't get squished good enough. The only thing left to do is to put a little bit of ketchup and mustard on. Just a little dot, not too much. I shook these already. I have my hamburgers all done. I want to say that press is worth buying if you don't like just to make them in your hands. I think a lot of people would just make a meatball in their hand and press them out, but it makes kind of a perfect round circle. Now some people just take a lid from like a peanut butter jar or something like that. This one here happens to come with my cutter, but it's a good example of a lid that comes off a peanut butter jar, and you can put your hamburger in there, put some saran wrap in first, and then work it out with your thumbs. Put your dimple in the middle, so when you drop your butter in, you have a spot for it. So I'm going to say for probably the few bucks that I bought it for, I probably bought it on a Wish. Bought it so long ago in advance. I think it was worth the money that I paid for it. Well, that's my quick tip for the day. Thanks for watching. That's today's quick tip. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe in the lower right-hand corner. And if you'd like to be notified about future shows, click the bell that's right up on the top. And also, more information is at my website, jamestdds.blogspot.com.